So now we are actually set to start fishing. We've got the great setup. We're confident that we're going to be hitting that same spot on the cast, both range and direction. So I'm going to kick off for this demonstration with a free running rig. It's the same rig that I showed you in the tackle room, so it's the free running version. Okay, and at the end of that rig, all we've got is a loop in the main line. So that's how we're going to attach the hook length. So I've got a hook length here that we made in the tackle room, and the way that I attach the hook length, and the way that the vast majority of anglers tie hook lengths together onto the main line now, is just simply loop to loop. So all you do is, in my left hand is the loop of the hook length, and in the right is the loop of the main line, and I'll just pass one of them through the other. So we've got one loop going through the other, and then I follow my hand up to where the hook is, and then simply thread that hook through the loop, and that is it. Mega simple, and that's really strong, and that's what we're going to kick off with. Now the technique of casting and everything, obviously you're happy with all that now, so all we're going to do is now I'll just pop a maggot on. I'm going to pop a white maggot on, hooking it through the point. There we go. This is a size 16 hook, in case you're interested, and I've got a 1 meter hook length. We're fishing for roach, and I like to have a long hook length when I'm doing that. So as regards filling the feeder, this is why we like the bait tray on the left, because I'm right-handed. All I basically do is I've got our ground bait here, which has been sieved. It's nice and fine, and I'm just going to pop a few pinkies in there, a few live maggots, not many. Then I've got the feeder, and I can quickly and easily fill that with my left hand. There we go. That's why it just pays to have the bait tray on whichever side's more comfortable for you, and for me it's on the left. All right, so I'll just squeeze that tight, and then it's all a case of going through the same process of getting the feeder out there. All right, so I've got my far bank marker. Pick your marker, feeder behind you, eyes on the target, forward, and then just bring the rod back as it hits the clip, and that's bang on 30 meters. I get the tip down underneath the water while the feeder's sinking, because that's just going to help sink the line. You want to sink the line down away from, out of the attention of that wind and that breeze. And as you can see, we're now fishing. So what we need to do now is, we've got quite a bit of slack line now between the tip and the feeder. So just turn your reel just a little at a time, and you're watching the tip all the time. You can see the tip, and what that's doing is we're taking all that slack line, we're taking the slack line from out there back onto the reel, so that what we want is a nice tight line between the tip and the feeder. And that's because when a fish does take the bait, we're gonna, you know, there isn't any slack line there for them to take out, so we're going to see the indication. So when we're targeting fast biting fish like roach and perch, sometimes it can just pay to pick up on every single little indication. That's exactly what I expect to do today, but it's very much trial and error. So when you are out fishing, some days you might need to just let the bite develop. On other occasions you might need to strike on every single indication, and that can quite often be the thing to do in winter. There we go. That was just a little indication to start with, but it's good. We've hooked him. So all you need to do is, there's no rush with these fish. So when you hook a fish, there's no rush, just pump it. Okay, so just nice pull, then wind to the fish again. We've already got an idea of what size it is, and it's just no rush at all. Okay, nice roach. Let's swing him. Lovely looking natural water fish. But when you hook a fish, the key is get a feel for how big it is first. If it's a good fish, you don't want to keep winding. So when you hook it, just get a gauge for how big the fish is, and then pull the rod back, then wind to the fish, and then pull the fish, and then wind to the fish again. So that's what they refer to as pumping fish in, and that way you'll find you'll lose, you know, far less fish. But that's a lovely roach, as you can see. And always make sure you've got a disgorger with you when you're going to go out fishing. Imperative you have a disgorger. There are loads on the market. As you can see, the hook is down on this fish, so we couldn't get that out without a disgorger. So always make sure you've got a disgorger with you to get these hooks out. And all you do is, that slot there is basically, you put the line in that slot, and there we go, the hook is out nice and safe, and you haven't hurt the fish in any way. But when you hook a fish on that bite, pick up, gauge how big it is first, and then that's when you can decide how you're going to play it. So if it's a small fish, you might be able to just reel it in, but majority of the time we actually pump the fish in. So you drag the rod, wind to it, drag the rod, wind to it, and that way you'll lose far less fish.